off me, man! Get off me, man!
Welcome to Celebrity Big Brother.
He wouldn't get off me!
You could think of me as the star of the show, but, Ian, you're on the scrap heap.
Whoa! I used to work with Ali G and Ricky Gervais. Now I'm working with her. Now! It's true, though. We've had a week away, but we're back. Without doubt, we are still the #1 psychological reality-based spin-off show on television.
We are.
There's a caveat on Channel 5.
Yeah.
At 10 past midnight on a Sunday. What are you doing? I can take it, Channel 5. You're not I can take the hint.
I thought we were prime time, but we're not no more.
No.
We're just drunks coming home.
We're just filling in time. We got the prestigious 10 past 12 on a Sunday morning start. Yes!
Anyway, there are 14 brand new celebrity brains to dissect and a week's worth of CBB action to psychoanalyse.
Oh, Rylan, what a week we've had. Are you ready for this?
Go on.
Dee became a Duchess and duped the Americans. George gave a soapy toe job. Gary's had a row with James, Devlin and Leslie. Lauren and Ricky have had a bit of a flirt. Frenchie destroyed the food and cut up Leslie's $100 pants. James disrespected Audley. Leslie became star of the show and threw Frenchie, Gary and Kelly on the scrap heap. Thank you, Brian.
But first, we have been kept apart for far too long. Tonight, our menage a trois is back. Come and meet Lisa! Hello.
I'm sitting carefully.
You better be sitting carefully.
Are you sitting side saddle? Is that a side saddle you're
Is
riding?
it? I'm trying to position it.
Yeah, don't move.
You all right?
Yeah.
Good.
What an amazing week.
How good is this
Oh, it's been brilliant, hasn't it?
I couldn't
It's
pull
so-
myself away from tonight's show, and I was trying to get ready, so I had to get ready in 10 minutes whilst I was watching it. It was such good
I know,
Tonight's
because
show-
I was naked in my dressing room while you were like, I've got to watch it.
Tonight's show is, I would say, the best Big Brother episode I've ever seen in my life.
I loved it.
It's got a whole series worth. A whole series worth in one episode.
It was great. What have you made of this week?
It's just been great. There's such... The women have kind of paled almost into insignificance, haven't they? And the men are really... There's just so much testosterone in that house.
But let's talk about, like, the celebrity talent. What are you making of, like, the calibre?
Sweet Jesus, when Gary Busey went in that house. Man, I've got to say this, Gary Busey is now being regarded as a joke. I'm halfway through A Star Is Born, which he's in, and I watched the Buddy Holly story this week. The man is a flipping brilliant actor. Brilliant actor. And what a character in the house. One of the best housemates ever.
He's been absolute TV gold so
has.
far, but he has rubbed some of the housemates up the wrong way along the way. Have you got any sympathy for him, Louise? He's 70 years old, he's got hearing problems. What are you making of the whole,
I think... Do you know what? I do have a little bit of sympathy for him, and it is hard. And when I interviewed him, I had to speak very slowly and very clearly so he could understand. And I think they've been a little bit... They haven't really taken note of that, which I feel is quite unfair on him. And he's kind of saying, I don't understand. That's why, you know, the other night we saw him saying, I'm shushing because I don't understand. And James is such an arsehole. Yeah! This guy is a complete arsehole. I just hate him. I absolutely hate him. He's rude, he's disrespectful.
There was one voice in the audience disagreeing with you. Most other people,
be quiet!
Most other people were agreeing with you.
I just cannot bear the guy. He's just driving me nuts, and I thought he's been particularly
Someone
rude
else
to
has been a little
everyone.
bit touchy this week, Leslie, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, I like Leslie.
Yeah, but he said he's had sleepless nights. He says he hasn't argued so much in 18 years while he's been sober, but still the viewers have voted him the star of the show.
No.
Do we think he
No, he went to hit a woman. That doesn't make him the star of the show. The American Ronnie Corbett should not be...
Ronnie Corbett!
He's American Corbett, and he's in the diary room saying, you know, it's all about respect. We need respect. Then he goes into the bedroom and tells some woman to shut her mouth. You bitch.
Yeah,
that's
no,
not
but
respectful.
in all fairness, we have to say, he didn't hit her.
No.
You know, he did raise his hand. She raised her leg.
Not classy. Not classy.
There's been no physical violence.
But
There has been a warning from Big Brother. We have to say that.
He's older and he's really tired. Like, I'm only 27. I get really tired. Sleep deprivation is a form of torture.
No, but I'm only 12 and I get so shattered.
And he's exhausted and he's just sick of it. And I think he's just, losing his rag. It's great viewing.
Another character this week, Kelly. Kelly's had a tough time.
Big character.
Some ups and downs, accepted immediately by the housemates. How do you think that she's settling in?
I think she's doing really, really well. I think she's got one of the hardest challenges amongst everyone. She's really having
personal
this
challenge
yeah,
as well.
this personal kind of inner struggle whilst also trying to seek acceptance, which she's got. I mean, everyone, she's Kelly, you know.
Odd to play out such a personal thing in such a public arena.
Yeah, but I think, do you know what as well? I've got to quickly just touch on it. Lauren Harries was on the show last night with me, and she made a very, very valid point. You know, Kelly is, you know, very up and down in the house at the moment with what's going on with her, but she is in her early stages of transformation, and, you know, hormones is playing a massive part in that. And I think people have got to respect that. I think people have really, really got to respect
Gary said it's the Frenchie show. Man alive.
Oh, I love Frenchie.
I love him, Frenchie.
I do. We've got her money's worth.
You've enjoyed her, haven't you?
I absolutely think Frenchie is great. She is, I said it on launch night, I think she's the Bianca that we never got to see from the summer series.
I hope that the public don't get her out next week.
I think we need to see more of her. She's stirring it up.
It's been a really strong start to the series, and because we had such a good Celebrity Big Brother in January,
yeah, we did.
I was kind of dreading this a bit, thinking, well, all right, I was dreading thinking, well, this isn't going to live up to it, but I think this is as good, if not better, than the series we had.
I'd say at the moment, it's not...
Louisa, I had to admit it when you went in. Come on.
It is pretty explosive.
It's brilliant.
Very good.
It is brilliant. Well, listen, it's that good. Yeah. We've already got favourite moments.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
So let's have a look at Anne. Louisa, here's your one.
That's where my good memories have food for. I know where everybody's stuff is. Piece of shit.
Can I just say, when we went in, we had like a suitcase inventory. It was like, you can't have this, you can't have... Who'll give her scissors? Who let Frenchie take a pair of scissors in the house?
Mate, she's brilliant, isn't it? You piece of shit.
She loves it. She loves it. Unfortunate for
Mark,
the
I want to squeeze in my favourite clip. It's a wonderful Busey moment. I love this.
Go on.
Fucking talk to me like that. You shouldn't talk to people like that.
Stand up.
Why?
Because I asked you to.
I'm not going to stand up. I'm not going to argue with you.
That's all you're doing.
Busey! 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 He has got an 80-star rocket launcher shoved up his arse, and he's about to pull that out and blast James to pieces.
Me.
Oh, I love it.
I love watching it.
We've not got much time. Let's have a look at your favourite bit, right?
Listen, I want to apologise for my behaviour.
I'm sorry?
I want to apologise.
I'm trying to hear. I've got hearing aids.
I want to apologise for my behaviour.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
It's very kind.
But it has nothing to do with you. I've not been able to sleep. My blood sugar is off the roof. I'm 18 years completely sober. But when I drank, they called me the Tiny Terror. I slap people. I slap people.
You did?
I slap people.
Well, thank you very much.
No, I didn't. Can I have a hug?
Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
You bet. God bless you.
Okay. Thanks.
I'm sorry. My favourite part of that is I used to slap people. I love that. Like, it's just so casual. Like, I used to, but I don't know more. Love's favourite moments. Thank you,
Ryan.
Thank you. Coming up, we'll find out how the star of the show, Leslie, is getting on.
Plus, our psychological hard hitters are back to give the celebs a good going over. See you in a minute.
Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the site, the show that cuts deeper into the housemates' brains than Frenchie with a pair of scissors.
Man, that woman's nuts, isn't she? Nuts!
Still don't know how she got her.
Time to meet the panel. First up, psychotherapist Rachel Morris.
We love her.
Rachel. And another person we love, body language expert Judy James. Hi, Judy.
Dream team tonight.
Dream team.
Dream team of lovely ladies. Plus, there's no evictee this week, so we decided to give an award-winning broadsheet journo a call. And luckily for us, he didn't have anything better to do on a Saturday night.
It's not Saturday night, it's technically Sunday morning, right? We've been bumped.
It's Patrick Shotwell.
Patrick!
Right, let's dive straight into the first week of Celeb Big Bro action. Rach, what have you made of it all?
You've had a field day, haven't you?
Tantrums, there's been rice chucked, there's been spaghetti stampled into the ground.
Oh, that
What's
poor
not to love?
spaghetti.
I know.
Imagine being
I fell for
stampled
it.
into the ground. That's awful, isn't it?
I'm loving it every single minute. It's the most entertaining show that I've seen for years.
Yeah,
Good.
definitely.
Judy, what about you? What sort of behavioural signs have you picked up from our housemates?
It's like every Betty Davis film kind of merged into one house, isn't it? You know, they're even wearing argument hats. Did you notice?
Casual argument
James
hat.
has got a lovely argument argument hat on. In a nutshell, what's going on is that you've got so much muscle in there, and a lot of them want to be alpha.
It's definitely the most muscle heavy. I think.
Yeah, the actual person that should be alpha, which is Audley, is inactive. So in any animal group, that would mean a completely volatile group, and so the others are kicking off. But when's Audley going to step in? Because the only thing he's stepped in for has been peppermint tea bags.
He stepped in towards the end of Tonight Show when you thought the show was over and they couldn't get any more in. Audley kind of stepped in and
over nothing. I mean, there's been knickers ripped up in there and he's done nothing.
But it was a question, wasn't it, about his power in the ring, about his masculinity.
It was the 79-second thing,
but he should be protecting the rest of the group. He should be getting in. I mean, Dee's doing it at the moment. She's stepping in and stopping the fight.
We'll get on to Dee in a little bit. A lot of the people going into the house will have known each other before entering the house. Patrick, would you find it hard not to bring your judgments in there with you?
Well, I find it hard not to bring my judgments in generally, to all circumstances. So that's difficult. But, you know, that's the same with everyone. We all bring our judgments and prejudices in with us. The key is just acknowledge it, remain open to have more judgments about people.
That's if you remember meeting the person in the first place. There's that great bit when Gary goes in and Frenchie goes, "Hey, Gary, nice to see you. We know each other." We what?
Gary doesn't know where he is.
I love Gary Busey so much. Louisa, the first week, what's it like? Because everyone's kind of sussing each other out, I would imagine.
It is hard, but you kind of get over that quite quickly and you start to make connections with people and make friends. But it seems like these lot sort of don't know where to go. The boys are sticking together, but I don't know how much they like each other. It's really interesting to watch. They're definitely all trying to find their place, but I disagree with you about Audley. I don't think he needs to be the alpha.
Well, listen.
He's very calm. He's a very cool cucumber. When I met him, he's just like, take it all in his stride, and I think he gets that temper out, you know, fighting. And
we're going to talk about alphas
tonight,
a lot more later on in the show, but just talking about conflict, up until today it seemed that Gary and Frenchie are proving to be the ones causing all the friction in there. I
love it.
Rach, why are they causing so much trouble?
But if I dressed them both in children's clothes, it would all make sense, wouldn't it? If they were 3 years old, you'd be going, well, that's exactly how 3-year-olds...
I think Frenchie does wear children's clothes.
Well, but they both do. They both kind of have this infantilised... They're A-type personalities, which just means they're very, very driven and ambitious, but it also means when things don't go their way, they kick off like children.
I have to say, they are my two favourite housemates at the moment. I think they're wonderful. Just completely bonkers.
Money well spent.
Louisa, you had a good few arguments in the house. I don't know if you remember. What's the best way to deal with it?
To win.
To win the argument.
Yeah, you need to win the arguments in there. You can't get in an argument and back down and not win. And the whole apology thing, like, it's better when they come to you to apologise. Gives you a bit of, like...
And you can just be like, yeah, I've got that ammo.
I accept your apology.
Thank you very much.
So, yeah, you have to win the arguments in there. Otherwise, you kind of look like a bit of a tool.
Well, we've also got some reality stars in there. They know how to be themselves on the camera. I know a lot of it's been constructive reality. All right. How are Lauren and Ricky getting on, Judy?
They know what they're in there for. They're in there to make headlines, and that's what all the flirting was about. I mean, they're in a permanent state of selfie, aren't they? All the time. It's
I like that. I like that.
And they've had Claire there as the sort of poolside marriage broker, you know, telling her he's lovely, but it's clearly not going to work. I mean, all these other big battles are raging on, and then Lauren just sat there and said, I don't really fancy him. So I think that one's... maybe she likes George. Maybe she's got taste.
Talking of George, he's another reality star, but a totally separate reality. But what we've noticed, he seems to be treated like a bit of an all-inclusive in Lanzarote, isn't he? He's a bit like, let's have a laugh, haven't we? What do you make of him, mate?
I love George. I just think he really is just hanging out with people. But I think the thing that's really great about him is he is totally unfazed by the big, you know, the A-listers in there, and he's just completely unfazed. It's like, yeah, I've seen you on my telly, now I've seen you on my lounge. Nah, whatever.
Also, treating Big Brother like an all-inclusive holiday, it's about the only sane way to do it.
Yeah.
You know, put some sun cream on, put a straw in a sort of vat of sangria and shag some randoms.
There is two ways to treat Big Brother. You can go down the all-inclusive route or rehab. It's one of the two. I chose the
Patrick, what do you make about Stephanie?
Yeah.
Thanks very much. Moving on to Adele. Adele, I mean, what...
Oh, don't pipe up at Adele. She was in Bewitched.
Yeah, Bewitched, who were a joke 15 years ago.
No! I went down Rumford Market and bought a tenner denim jacket just to be like them.
You could almost forget that she's in there, couldn't you, Louisa? She's not really contributing much.
Yeah, well, I don't know. She sort of seems to be trying to be a bit of a peacemaker.
Yeah, it's a bit like
which is weird because I didn't watch the big reunion, but I heard that on it she was a bit of a bitch. So, but here we're seeing her be. She's trying to diffuse
I hope we see a bit more of her come out.
I think we
and
will.
give
I hope
advice.
we see a bit more. I think we will.
I like her.
OK.
Good bit of chat, give them a round of applause, like
It's officially good chat there.
Open wide, because it's time to gobble down a juicy celebrity exclusive.
Oh,
not me.
again, Ryland.
Not me.
Oh.
What you've done is done. And what's going to happen is going to happen. Let's just roll the dice and see what's going to happen there.
But
Okay.
I misunderstood, and it was a mistake on my part. But before you judge me, would you listen? Would you talk to somebody about the speech and my decisions and what I based them upon?
Well, I think you've done it for an alternative reason.
Well, that's not true.
Well, that's the other side of my life that thinks that, like, you've got a past, I've got a past.
But
my
I
past
won't-
is very competitive, and it feels you've done it. I feel you stabbed me in the back, if I'm honest. I've got to be honest.
Honey, that is so not true. That was the opposite. That is so not true. I thought it and thought it and thought it. And here's the word.
How could you have my entertainment?
Because, honey, listen. You're not here for our entertainment. That was the word. You're here to be Kelly.
I've got to say, there are so many potential winners in that house. Kelly, I think, is a potential winner. American Corbett is not. Right, loads more to discuss tonight. There's a wide range of ages in the house. We've got the oldies and we've got the young'uns, the kids, and there's already seems to be a little bit of a divide between them. Let's have a look at the older housemates, first of all. We've got Gary, Leslie and Kelly. Rachel, each of them have had quite a tough week. Why do you think they're struggling so much?
Well, I think probably all for different reasons. I mean, Kelly has a very different struggle in some ways to the other two, but they do share something in common, and that is that they are masters of their universes. They control everything. They say what goes on when, and in this environment, none of them have got control, and I think they're all kicking off.
It's the way they get treated.
What's interesting
like queens.
is rather than sticking together, they're kind of clashing with each other. Why do you think that is, Judy?
I mean, you assume that they're all going to get on, but I think they can be... They're very empathetic, they understand one another, but I don't think that makes them particularly sympathetic. I think they're going to get more sympathy from the younger ones. I think as far as they're concerned, like Leslie, you know, when Gary said, I'm not well enough to go and sit outside, he said, well, you just shouldn't be on the show. You know, whereas I think somebody a bit younger might have thought, oh bless. Yeah. So I think that the similarities can be the recipe for disaster more than the differences.
I'm enjoying Kelly a lot. I say, but a potential winner out of a handful of potential winners, going through a tough transitional period. Rachel, do you think that the pressure of the Big Brother environment is the best place to be going through what she's going through at the moment?
Do you know what? That was her decision, and to be fair, she probably made it not quite knowing what she was going in for. Like every person who goes into Big Brother house thinks they know what they're going in to get, but you don't. No. The thing about her that I really wanted to have an opportunity to say tonight is that early on at transitioning, she used to be 9 parts testosterone, 1 part estrogen.
Yeah.
Now she's 9 parts estrogen, 1 part testosterone. Welcome to the woman's world, because this is basically what we have to deal with all the time. She says, I've never been this vulnerable, and it's true. She probably has never allowed herself or been that emotional in that way, because she is completely... She's basically having all her periods all at once. I mean, this is crazy PMS, like nobody's ever seen before.
But you know what? We have I have one twice a month as well. So, do you know what she has done, though? She struck up a lovely friendship with Dee, hasn't she? Which is lovely to see. Patrick, do you think... I think a few weeks ago, a lot of people would be like, I can't believe you're using these words in the same sentence, but do you think Dee's a good role model for Kelly?
Yeah, absolutely. And for 2 reasons. First of all, Dee is very comfortable in her own skin. And that is exactly what Kelly is aspiring to. Secondly, Dee is often roundly judged, as you allude to, but does not judge others. Kelly, so far, has actually enjoyed being acceptance and has not been hugely judged. Yeah. And yet, Kelly does judge other people. And in fact, we have seen really nasty streaks of homophobia from Kelly.
Yes.
using Leslie's... using the fact that Leslie is gay to call him a little queen in an argument
that was very
that was unequivocally homophobic and not okay.
I have got to just quickly set the record straight. We will be talking about this in the news, but Kelly did receive a warning today, just to let you guys at home know. We'll talk about
it. Was a particularly uncomfortable moment. Let's move on to the kids, the teenagers, the youngsters. On the surface, they're all getting on pretty well, having a good time. Rachel, I would have been expecting more friction between the younger housemates. I would have thought there'd have been a little bit more tension, but they're loving it.
If the adults weren't playing up so much, then they might have got a look in. But this is a bit uncomfortable in the sense it's like watching really inappropriate, infantile parents being looked after by the kids. Thus, they can't have any fun themselves because they're too busy making sure that mum and dad aren't killing each other.
Claire said that the boys, Ricky, David, Audley and James, they're the lion cubs of the house. Judy, are they sizing up their competition, vying for the position of alpha male, do you think?
They are, because Audley is inactive, and I think Gary's being allowed to take over a bit too much. I mean, James, certainly, he should be a paternal alpha, but he wants the whole lot. But I love David, because he actually said that he thought he could take Audley on in a boxing match. I mean, dream on. But the trouble is for Audley, that's a dangerous thing. When they start to think that they can, that's when the fight will go in his direction.
It did kind of kick off a bit tonight, James and Audley. It was wonderful to watch. It was uncomfortable. Louisa, how do you think each of them handled that little Barney at the end of the episode?
I think Audley handled it really well, and I think James just...
You don't think he overreacted a bit, Audley?
No, I think it was... They were having a laugh. Obviously, it's edited as well, so we haven't seen the full thing, but the long and short of it is they were having a laugh. They took it too far, and he said, look, it's too much now, guys. James is just like, you know, a kind of terrier, you know, chasing him and snapping. Just James is continually trying to get a rise out of everyone.
Yeah.
I would have had...
Hang on a minute, go on.
I'd just really like to add to that, because Audley behaved really badly as well. I think the problem here is we'd have been more sympathetic. He used his physical self as intimidation. He did, and I know what that's like, to have somebody bigger than me hold themselves physically as a threat. But it's hard to feel sympathy for James because he's done the same thing. We've watched him do it to others. So it's really hard to kind of go, oh, poor James.
But then we've got George, obviously. He's obviously not an alpha. He's not classed an alpha. But do you think that's because, Judy, that the other guys don't feel threatened by...
He's just a bloke. He's just a bloke. And I say that in the nicest way.
And yet he's the one that Audley's actually taken on. Yeah, I mean, you called me Audrey. I mean, that was just the most stupid face-off that I've ever seen in my life.
There was a lovely bit in tonight's episode when George starts to shit himself. And he's... Don't worry, calm down. We'll apologise, calm down, don't worry, it's all right, we'll be all right, calm down. And it's just... And he's just a bloke, you know, he's a bloke you'd meet down a pub.
Well, look, let's ask the age-old question, all of you. Who's ruling the house, Young'uns or Old'uns?
I think Old'uns.
Old'uns?
I think Leslie is kind of ruling the house.
Oh, get him out, get him out.
Oh, no.
He's horrible.
I'm asking
he's
a
not
question.
wonderful, he's horrible.
He's wonderfully poisonous.
Who's ruling the house? Yeah. Well, currently, the old ones are ruling the attention. They're grabbing all the attention. The young ones are actually in the supporting role right now.
Judy?
Quietly, the middle group, the Dee, the Adele, the Claire. I think they're the ones. They're keeping calm, they're keeping focused.
I'd agree with the Dee.
Lulu?
Yeah, I agree with Judy. I think Dee's sort of ruling it. I love Dee.
I love Dee.
Another potential winner, I think.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks. Good bit of chat. Still to come, we're finding out exactly why the housemates think they're famous. Plus, we'll be dipping our toes into the dirtiest parts of the diary room. God help us if George is in there. Catch you in a bit.
If you get sponge all over your face and then just rub it in. It's really good for the skin, apparently.
Vale, welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the site. We're just like James, we ain't scared of anyone.
Apart from Gary Busey and Leslie and Frenchie with a pair of scissors. Oh, blimey.
Yeah, we are. Well, listen, if there's one thing I love, it's a twist.
Go on, then.
Not that.
Sorry.
Last night, you guys voted Leslie at the start of the show. You're filthy tonight.
I am filthy tonight, yeah.
Judy, did the public make the right choice?
At the time, yes, but since then, I mean, retrospectively, I think no. I mean, there's a lot of people much more deserving than him now.
I've got to say, you bigged up Leslie just before the break. I think he's a horrible, poisonous, awful little man who's just got no redeeming features. Tell me what I'm missing.
Yes, what you're missing is the almost artistry with which he is basically a chihuahua in the last throes of rabies. It's the froth, it's the spittle, it's performance art.
When you casually move on.
When you put it like that, yes, it makes sense. Leslie chose Gary, Frenchie and Kelly to be chucked out on the celebrity scrap heap. Rachel, the right choices, do you think?
They're his choices, and he was given the right to make any choice. Are they the least entertaining? No.
He picked them because he doesn't like them.
We spoke about this last night.
Exactly.
As a housemate, you know you're just going to pick people.
You just pick your mates, don't you? And they happen to not be them.
Kelly got picked. I was a bit shocked by the choice of Kelly. What did you think?
Yeah, it was shocking and a real miscalculation. But I sort of smell a rat a bit because although his explanation was, oh, I think she's wonderful, etc., etc., the very fact that he had chosen her after having chosen two people that he clearly hates was really quite passive-aggressive. Yeah. I suppose we should just enjoy moments of passive aggression from Leslie as opposed to just outright aggression.
Leslie, Leslie, we're talking to Louisa. There's a Freudian... There is a Freudian slip. Freudian slip. There is a Freudian slip. What did you make of Kelly's reaction? Bit over the top?
No, I think for her it wasn't. And as Rachel said, there's so much going on kind of hormone-wise. And all Kelly wants is acceptance. And I think she saw it as just a huge rejection.
But let's look at it away from the acceptance thing. How do you think the three of them are going to handle celebrity demotion into the scrap heap?
I don't think Gary knows what's going on. I'm not sure Frenchie does.
I've had major brain surgery and I got a fractured leg.
And I just think Kelly's just not going to deal with that.
No?
No. I mean, she was just devastated. It was heartbreaking.
Yeah. Well, there's 14...
She was sobbing
there. It was heartbreaking to watch.
There's 14 of them in there, and they've all got massive celebrity egos. But why do they think they deserve the celebrity tag? Let's have a look.
I think I'm famous because I appeared on a TV show that watches me and my family watch TV. So basically, I'm famous for being a couch potato.
You will know me best for being in a girl band, Bewitched. We had 4 number ones. We Irish danced in a green field of flowers. We wore denim all the time. We travelled the world. Oh, all right then.
I'm famous for being on Geordie Shore, X on the Beach, and being a reality TV star.
I believe I'm famous because I joined the soap Emmerdale back in 1989, playing a character called Kim Tate, who was one of the first bitches in British soap, Dallas with Dung.
I'm famous because of what I've been given to do, and I've done it with the reassurance my truth has. The famous thing came from the Buddy Holly story.
Famous for being on TV reality back home in US and getting naked a lot.
I could have taken more. I felt like it was really short when I said that earlier. I remember I didn't have time to say too much.
My name's James Jordan. I'm a professional dancer. I used to be on a TV show called Strictly Come Dancing. My wife is Ola Jordan, and she's far, far more popular than I am. I'm about to go into the Celebrity Big Brother house, and 10 minutes.
Recently, I've become famous because I've come out as Kelly Maloney, correcting my gender issue.
You see me from LA to Australia, Sydney, all over the place. You see me doing all my different things. You see me online, all over the gay blogs. You see me everywhere. Don't know why there, but it's good. It's good stuff, so that's why.
I'm famous for appearing on the reality series The Hills. It was filmed in Hollywood, where I'm from. More recently, I'm famous for being on Made in Chelsea.
So I won an Olympic gold medal in the year 2000 Games, Olympics, gold medal. That's where you know me from. Got an autobiography, you might have read that, and I got an MBE, so you might have seen that. Simple.
You'll probably know me and why I'm famous from The Only Way is Essex. I did leave about 2.5 years ago. Since then, I've brought out my own book that went to the #1 bestseller. I've started...
My name is Leslie Jordan, and I'm probably best known for Will and Grace, in which I won the Emmy Award, but I'm also known for every god-awful sitcom known to man. David Kelly, who wrote every amazing show like Boston.
I starred in a documentary on a TV channel, Shit Editing. That's how people know me. That was not 10 seconds.
I love them all.
That was brilliant.
I love that.
Can I get that on DVD? That's how the housemates view themselves as celebs, but how their ego's going to be affected. Rachel, how much do you think Leslie will enjoy? I know how much he'll enjoy it, being the star of the show, darlings.
Yeah, I think he's absolutely enjoying the star of the show, but he's also been very in control of his sobriety. It's very important to him. And one of the things that you kind of learn when you're going through that process is that grandiosity is a danger to you. That? Grandiosity is where you are the king of the world. Right. And basically, we've just given him that badge and a crown, and he's kind of doing this mock humility thing of, you know, oh, I really love it, but, you know, I shouldn't really,
but also,
I really love it.
You know, he's had 18 years of sobriety, congratulations, but the AA programme is a spiritual programme. He's not acting particularly spiritually, is he? You know, he's losing his rag and he's kicking off in there a little bit.
It's not a spiritual program. I don't know what that really means, that spiritual program thing. What it means is tell the truth about how you're feeling. Don't bottle it up and have it blurt out in massive tantrums.
And take responsibility.
Yeah, yeah, that's what he's a little short of.
Judy, do you think that any of the others felt they would have deserved to be star of the house?
Yeah, I was watching their body language. It was like, you know, the Oscar thing, and David was like full splay, very serene, clearly expecting to be the one that was chosen. James was sort of on the edge of his seat with this half smile thing going on there, and Ricky as well. He was very upright like a meerkat. The rest of them were just pointing out everybody else, but those three definitely.
Lulu, who would you have put on the scrap heap?
James. And then I would have put David. I think Kelly Brook should dump him. And then
we're not here to give relationship advice.
And then I would have
if you need any, I'm
Ricky.
happy to help.
And I would have made George a star housemate, or Dee.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, listen, Kelly seems to have been hit quite hard. Well, actually, the hardest into it. She got into the spat with Leslie. Judy, do you think Leslie's reasons were genuine? I know we've briefly touched on it, but do you think that speech was genuine?
I kind of watched him when he was trying to make his mind up. I think he made his mind up straight away, and he was getting... people were calling things out. Interestingly enough, I was watching his tongue, and I know that sounds strange, but he has his mouth open, and his tongue's moving away like mad. He's got a very quick brain. But I watched his eye dart, and I think he completely made his mind up, and it was based on revenge.
Also, when his explanation was too long, I thought, when I'm telling a lie, I go into so much detail, and it goes on and on and on, and I felt that is what he was doing. His excuse was too big and too verbose.
Didn't buy it. I think Adele should go on the scrap heap on the grounds that she's far too reasonable. She's a peacemaker. She's the enemy of drama.
She's the enemy of music as well in many ways.
Do you know, don't be horrible!
Just below the belt.
One of my favourite albums, Blame It on the Weatherman. I just want to quickly ask, Louisa, you've been in there. The hierarchy of celebrity status. The hierarchy of celebrity status in there. Does that have a big effect on the way housemates are perceived by each other?
I think it depends on who you are and how comfortable you are with yourself. Like, when I was in there, I was like, no, it didn't bother me. But I think some people it will. It just depends how you take it. To be honest, I think this lot, all their egos are so big, they think they're all as amazing as each other.
Well, we could be seeing more celebrities join the scrap heap. Rachel, what have they got to do to avoid that?
Love, we're all heading for the scrap heap.
Babe, we are.
It's 20 to 1 on a Sunday morning. We're on the scrap heap. Leslie, while he was debating who should go on the scrap heap, James offered himself up. Are you surprised he was the only one that did it? And what do you think his motives were?
No, I think it makes perfect sense that he was the only person to offer, because he sort of needs to take on the role of a martyr to justify his otherwise universal self-righteousness. He had to. And also, it's a way of getting more attention and being a peacock. I don't think his motives were entirely pure.
Can I just say, I'm picking up a vibe here. Is there anybody who thinks that James likes James?
I like him.
No, he's awful.
What, man, you like him?
I had a lot of respect for him for the way that he stuck up to Audley, because that was a threatening situation to be in, and he was like, do not do that.
Judy, you're a fan of James as well, aren't you?
But for the same moment, I mean, I think he's a good housemate because he's irritating.
Oh, he's a great housemate.
I just did love that moment, because I think standing up against... And Audley was pretty mad at that point. Just for that one moment, I thought he
knocked
did well.
him out.
No.
We don't condone violence on this show at all.
She's gone.
Stop
Thanks
it.
very much.
Well, listen, let's move back to the scrap heap, because after Gary and Frenchie left, Stephanie said, it's a happy house now. Louisa, with them causing so much drama in the house, do you think they'll be able to turn things around when they come out of it?
No, I think someone else is just going to cause drama. I think there's too many the egos are too big. They're not really having
egos
fun.
Can't be too big on a reality show. You want them that size.
They can, but it just becomes ridiculous after a while, though. And you just want to see them start having fun, you know?
Rach, how's the scrap heap going to change house dynamics now? Because there's always also that double-edged sword that they're going to be up for eviction, whoever's left on it.
What I really hope is that somebody else gets a look in and actually gets to have a bit of fun in front of everybody as well as the old people who are taking up all the time and attention. I didn't get my words out there.
I want to see a bit more from Claire.
Oh my God, Karen Betts from Bad Girls.
I want a bit. I used to love her. When she was wearing jumpers in Emmerdale Farm. I'm old enough to call it Emmerdale Farm. I want to see a bit more Claire.
She will always be Karen Betts from Bad Girls to me, though. Everyone goes on about Emmerdale. Yeah, love Emmerdale, but Karen Betts from Bad Girls. Oh my God.
Such a crush on her.
Guys, I think it's been a really good show tonight, so thank you. Give me a I loved it. I've loved it.
It's been fun, isn't it? I've enjoyed it too much.
Who fancies a sneak peek into their time?
Oh, me, Mr. Clark, sir. Please, sir.
Me. Which camera do I look at?
If you look down, you just look straight ahead. That's the one.
That one?
That one. That's your eye line.
I've been looking at that one. Sorry about that.
Don't know, look a bit cockeyed for the last few minutes.
Everybody's asking if it's possible to have eggs for breakfast tomorrow and a bottle of water, please.
Frenchie, when you're talking to Big Brother, if you look straight ahead
I'm
at the
sorry.
camera, have you met royalty before?
I haven't.
Are you hungry?
No, it's tough. No, I'm all right, you know.
I mean, I've met a lot of royalty, honey, you know. Not real royalty, though. Queens throughout my whole life, but real royalty.
Did you recognise all of your housemates?
None of them.
I'm not going to lie to you, I recognise not one person at all.
Not one?
No.
I never really knew him. I never really watched. I never watched.
Gogglebox.
That's the one.
Gary, I recognise, obviously, because he's been in films.
How was your day?
Incredible, fantastic, wonderful. Couldn't be better.
There's a lot of snorers and farters, but apart from that, it's not too bad.
What are you liking so much about it?
What do I like eating?
You can just hear it through the night. Obviously Gary is right there, so we can hear that, but there's a few over the other side of the room.
Just learning about the 13 other people and the different cultures we come from, the different way we talk.
Can we have some alcohol, please? That'd be a good start.
Big Brother won't be providing any more alcohol tonight, boys.
The different way we communicate.
One more bottle of red wine. And
For the boys.
For the boys.
For the lads.
And you'll be a police person. One more bottle of red wine.
What? I beg you.
Beg, come on.
About the English nature of communicating and programming.
Is there a reason why there can't be any more alcohol? Is there?
Big Brother will not be providing more alcohol.
You're sick. You're a sick man.
I'm having a wonderful
time.
There was a good beginning this morning, an alright middle.
Yeah.
And this is just a shit ending.
A shit end.
I think it's going to be good. Yeah, I'm loving this. It's going to be good, isn't it? Yeah, I'm loving it.
Well, stay tuned because Gary Busey's letting it all hang out. Plus, I know, Patrick will have all the latest from the reality gallery. We'll see you after this. Welcome back to Celebrity Bit on the Site. You still awake? It's the only show on TV that dares to go to the deepest, darkest parts of our celebrity minds. Is that the time? Is the news? Earlier today, Kelly was called to the diary room regarding last night's confrontation with Leslie.
Before you enter the Big Brother house, the rules regarding unacceptable language were explained to you. At 1:34 this morning, you said the following to Leslie: "I don't give a shit about your speech. You're a little queen that tries to cover his tracks. You point at me, I'll knock you Sparko." You also used aggressive body language towards him.
I was in a blur last night. I apologise. I think I've made it up with him there. and made the peace.
Big Brother does think your behaviour and language was unacceptable, and Big Brother doesn't tolerate unacceptable behaviour. Do you understand?
Yes, I didn't mean it anyway. I don't know, I was just very angry, very aggressive last night.
As far as Big Brother's concerned, this matter's been dealt with.
Yeah, no, I apologise, I'm sorry.
At 10:33 this morning, housemates discuss what's been keeping them up all night.
Somebody did a massive trump this morning. Yeah.
Apparently, I'm a middle of the night kind of.
Yeah, just let go of it.
Middle of the night kind of girl.
Middle of the night kind of farter.
Ripper.
Because I don't think I do it, but apparently, like I've been.
It wasn't your end.
You do.
The midnight farter.
Did you hear one? There was a very loud one this morning. Oh, it was like.
I think David did one yesterday that shocked the whole room. So.
Well, it was like that. It was that loud.
They peel the wallpaper off the wall.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, celebrities fart too. Louise is only 2 doors away, but all afternoon. At 12:51 this afternoon, Audley and James were patching things up, which is nice, but they got a little bit interrupted.
As we're here, we didn't get to chat last night. I didn't want to talk. I didn't. You know what I mean? I just thought better I just leave it.
Yeah, no, and I respect that
because obviously you started the Audrey thing because remember from the
years ago.
Right.
But,
so I others don't know, so people think, oh, it's a joke. He's okay with, and I'm okay with it till a point. Then I said to George, look, you need to cut it out now. And he said, yeah, I've got it. You know what I mean? And you were there as well when I said it. So I said, you know, that's enough now. And then when you lot brought it up again and you lot were going on, I was like, thought we put that aside.
Listen. I have utmost respect for you, and I wish you all the best in your career. And I think you're mentally, you're going to come back and do something good. And I would never, ever purposely... I like to jest, I like to joke, and I promise you, I didn't mean it in a malicious way at all. And, you know, again, it's just a miscommunication problem. I promise you, don't take it personally, you know what I mean?
This is the best news ever! You're never going to unsee it. It's nice that they're getting everything out in the open. That's today's news. Patrick is up in the reality gallery. What's going on, Strudwick?
Well, Kelly and Ricky have been complimenting David on his body.
Lovely.
Kelly said he has it all, the shoulders, the chest and the bum. Let's hope it's the whole package.
Let's hope.
And after their talent showcase, David was sent to the celebrity scrap heap, but said he wasn't fussed.
Oh, so David's gone to the scrap heap?
Yeah, but
exclusive Leslie's been just a casual exclusive there, Patrick.
Leslie's been feeling very guilty for putting him there. He said to David, I'm at your disposal, I'm your slave boy.
Oh! Go on, you got time for one more.
Yep, and Frenchie has been moaning about being in the scrap heap as she is starving, but she said, at least I have my teddy bear to keep me going. I think she's going to resort to eating her bear.
I'm just glad she's not got the scissors with her. Give it up for Patrick, guys. Cheers, Patrick. Right, let's get digital. I've got Ian. I've got Louisa.
It's called,
I've got other Ian as well.
The bisexual case of Benjamin Butthole, right? And it's going to be hilarious.
Why are you here?
What?
Why are you here?
I'm the host of the show.
Move over. Ian, what's going on?
Well, basically, you've got to stick with the website all weekend to find out who else is going to be on the scrap heap and whether people are going to stay on the scrap heap or not.
OK.
That's on the website of the app, bigbrother.channel5.com, or search Big Brother in the App Store if you've got a compatible device.
What else we got?
Like a smartphone. A clever pocket telephone.
On iOS devices, I think.
Yeah,
is the correct way.
We've got some tweets as well. We're talking about who is the alpha male.
Liam says, probably James, I'd say. He's been quite forceful in his opinions and showed everyone that he isn't one to be messed with. I think that's bollocks. And Dawn, I'd mess with James. Not in that way either. Dawn Pascoe says Gary, because he's the only man in the house. The other housemates need to learn respect.
Lovely. What you got from him?
He's got some tweets about the star of the show.
I think so. It's called the bisexual case of Benjamin
Butthole. Me some tweets.
And I think that you'd be great as. I think Leslie will be a great star. The scrap heap is going to break the house up, says Charlie. And Lisa Marie Barnes. Good evening to you, Lisa, and your whole family. Hope you're enjoying the show. Couldn't believe Leslie got star of the show. He's gone from funny to awfully annoying in a short space of time. And Lisa Marie, boy, do I certainly agree with you.
Ian, I love you being here.
Oh, I love you too, brother.
We're not going to be here next Saturday, are we? We're having a little week off. Yeah. Cheers, guys. Give it up for our guests and our audience. Emma is going to be back here on Monday with Louisa, Nadia Sawalha, Matt Johnson and Pam Spur. I'll be back on
We're not here
Wednesday
next week.
for the first edition of...
What's going on?
I know.
What the fuck are we not here next week for?